It was supposed to be an ordinary morning flight. Two men soaring over South Carolina in a tiny Cessna, soaking up the calm summer skies. But just below them, screaming through the air at over 350 miles per hour, was an F-16 fighter jet. In less than 30 seconds, a series of fatal miscommunications would unfold, and two lives would vanish in a flash of twisted metal over Moncks Corner. On the morning of July 7, 2015, 30-year-old Joseph Johnson took to the sky in a Cessna 150. With him was Michael Johnson, a 68-year-old friend and seasoned pilot himself. They lifted off from Berkeley County Airport for a short hop to Myrtle Beach. It was supposed to be an easy, scenic trip over the Lowcountry's rivers and lakes. At the same time, from Charleston Air Force Base, an F-16 piloted by Major Aaron Johnson, no relation, was on a training mission. He was preparing to practice instrument approaches at Charleston International Airport. That meant circling in from above, relying heavily on air traffic control to separate him from slower, smaller aircraft. Here's where everything began to unravel. Air traffic controllers in Charleston were juggling multiple flights. At 10:18 a.m., the controller instructed the F-16 to turn left,
heading 180,
to intercept the approach path. But just a minute later, the Cessna checked in with ATC, reporting 1,400 feet altitude, also heading toward Charleston. Controllers told the Cessna,
maintain VFR at or below 1,200.
That put them directly in the F-16's path. Seconds ticked by. The controller tried to clear the conflict by telling the F-16, traffic 12 o'clock 2 miles opposite direction, Cessna 1,200. But by then it was too late. The F-16's closure rate was over 400 miles per hour. The small blip on radar was invisible against the haze. At 10:20 a.m., over the waters of Lewisfield Plantation near Moncks Corner, the nose of the F-16 sliced into the Cessna's left wing. The tiny aircraft disintegrated instantly, debris scattering across the water. The F-16 was severely damaged, its nose cone and intake torn apart. Inside, Major Johnson struggled to control the burning jet. With seconds to decide, he pulled the ejection handle. Witnesses below saw a bright flash and heard two separate explosions. First, the collision, then the F-16 crashing into a rice field nearly a mile away. Both Cessna occupants died instantly. Major Johnson parachuted safely to the ground, badly shaken, but alive. In the aftermath, the National Transportation Safety Board launched an intensive investigation. Radar logs, cockpit voice recordings, and ATC audio were dissected frame by frame. The final report found the primary cause. Air traffic control failed to maintain separation between the high-speed F-16 and the slow-moving Cessna. Controllers didn't issue an immediate avoidance turn or climb, a crucial mistake given the huge speed differences. But the report also stressed that flying under visual flight rules carries risk. Small aircraft are hard to spot, and in hazy skies, even vigilant pilots might miss a gray dot until it's too late. Joseph and Michael Johnson left behind families who struggled to make sense of how two peaceful pilots on a summer joyride could vanish in an instant. Lawsuits were filed against the federal government, citing negligence by Charleston ATC. Ultimately, the families received settlements. But no amount could replace the fathers, brothers, and friends lost that day. After the tragedy, both the FAA and the Air Force updated training protocols for controllers handling mixed traffic. Controllers were urged to give extra priority separation to military aircraft on instrument approaches near busy civilian corridors. New simulation scenarios were added to emphasize how quickly fast jets can overrun slow GA planes. It was a painful lesson, written in fire and loss, but one that changed procedures to help keep skies safer for everyone. Thousands of planes share America's skies every day. It's a delicate dance, controllers, pilots, and technology working in perfect sync. But as Moncks Corner proved, even one slip can tear lives apart in a heartbeat. If you found this story compelling, subscribe for more real aviation investigations, and tell us in the comments, should private planes be kept further from military traffic zones? Until next time, stay curious and stay safe above the clouds.